This is Claire Elizabeth Barrett, also known by my artist moniker Cilla V. I'm the director of Cilla V Life Arts and the creator of this project, Raw Material, Rewilding the Body. Rewilding the Body is part of a larger, ongoing, continuously evolving project entitled Raw Material, which explores the raw materials of the self in relationship with the raw materials of nature. Our production host organization, Chashama, was founded in 1995 by Anita Durst for the purpose of providing New York City artists with studio, gallery, and performance space.
Chashama has been doing since the organization began in the mid-90s is putting art installations and performances in storefront windows. And this is an extension of that. They have a storefront space at the Port Authority bus terminal. Anyone walking on the street can look in a storefront. It's very open to everyone, and I think that's the magic of it.
So this is a call to action to protect those precious environments that we need so much for our own well-being, and to help for people to understand they need nature and how much nature needs us.
Our public mission for rewilding at Port Authority Bus Terminal was an environmental call to action. Based on the philosophical themes of the Raw Material Project that refer to nature providing sanctuary and restoration to humanity, we realize how important that relationship is for our well-being. Not only have we as a species removed ourselves from our place as part of nature, but we are destroying it to the point where the Earth's resources may not even sustain us anymore. We need to rewild ourselves and recognize our place as part of nature's balance. In order to provide practical steps for action, Cilla V Life Arts partnered with 6 New York City-based environmental organizations, offering a platform for them to share their valuable work in the community and encourage individuals to get involved in their programs.
As far as performing and being in the space, I had the internal experience as a performer. What did it feel like to embody the earth? What did it feel like to embody the water? 2 very different things. But then observing people and how they would be bustling along at their rate to catch their bus or be waiting to, make their transfer, whatever, and then just watching people slow down themselves to observe what was going on in the exhibit. That's gratifying enough, right? But to have people have a taste of nature, an expression of nature with the projections, with the sound, with us, interacting with the elements of the exhibit and being sort of something other than human. The most often overheard comment, I think, was, "Is that a real person?" And it's partly because we would be so still, but I have to think it was also because of the qualities that we put into our costuming, right? The different textures of, animal print and fur, if that was a part of it. I had a shirt that looked like the dappled forest floor, right? That I had found at a thrift store, but I really felt like I was a creature of the forest, with sticks and streaks of makeup all over me, and then floating in the water environment. I really did feel like I was a sea monster, and that was a completely different energy from it.
Basically, we were going into the most unnatural place you can imagine and trying to bring some of the spirit of nature in there. But it was a very artificial spirit of nature. It's an illusion created with technology, with projection, with costumes and movement and sculpture and everything. But it was like there were real sticks and things in there, but it was not an environment that it wasn't being done in the forest. It was really something very much a created illusion. But I think that to have something like that in the space of the Port Authority, where everything is commercial and everything is practical and everything is about, the business of getting people to work and getting people to buy, and to have something that is just like a window into really people's conception of like the magic of nature. I think that was pretty powerful. Shio did his live wood carving with, a contact mic on his chisel and it running through a looping sound system and everything, create this whole kind of live carving music, which was really cool. And when he did that, bigger crowds gathered because it was louder and people heard this and thought, that's really interesting. And people gathered and it was really cool. But it was also a little bit, it added another element to the thing, because people were trying to embody the spirit of nature in this, like, the beauty of nature, the peacefulness of it. And here's this guy coming in, he's like carving, he's cutting, he's drilling, it was like, wow, this is like the impact of industry.
I was happy to joining this event, rewilding. So concept is very similar to my artist concept. So like belong to nature.
Rewilding the Body is part of a larger, ongoing, continuously evolving project entitled Raw Material, which explores the raw materials of the self in relationship with the raw materials of nature. There is an emphasis on themes of transformation, metamorphosis, and transcendence, and a philosophical influence from transformation myths such as those described in Ovid's Metamorphoses, where a human body is transformed into a nature body. The Raw Material Project investigates in particular the myths where this transformation takes place in order to rescue the human from danger in the human form and provide sanctuary in the embodiment of nature, such as the metamorphosis of Daphne into tree or Syrinx into water.
Life-changing, cherished experience for me throughout the duration of rewilding the body was a moment in time shared with a stranger. I took a piece of the raw material and slowly proceeded to offer it to a member of the audience. Our hands touched and our eyes interlocked, and a single teardrop fell from both of our eyes at the same time. Solely eye contact and human touch, where you're kind of melding into the raw materials, becoming one with them, and it was almost like this invitation, right? But also giving and receiving at the same time. And it's this belief that this one universal energy runs through the veins of everything from the tiniest amoeba, from mankind to the earth, to the galaxy, to the whole entire universe. It's so much beyond humans. We are so minuscule in the spectrum. And what I loved so much about this project was this durational aspect, not only as a performer, but for the community engagement as well, for the viewers, because they were invited in, just like that experience I had with the stranger of giving and receiving and feeling those rich emotions all throughout your whole entire body, soul, mind.
Lauren, I thought, was particularly a master at the costuming. You know, everything she did was like, wow, that's like, man, she just knows how to put together a costume. And so, like, she could put together a different costume every day for, I mean, everybody was good at it. You know, if you're a creative person, all you really want in life is more chances to be creative, to exercise your creativity, because it makes your soul sing, you know?
Claire brought these great bags of interesting fabrics and makeup, different colors of makeup, so it was really fun everybody could find their own way to represent their vision for the day. And it was different each day, too. And then we'd trade places. Sometimes I would be water, and Claire is more often water. She was I love the way Claire does water. She's really, really, her wrists and bones and everything they're so fluid. And so usually somebody was kind of in that zone being water, and the other people would be would be land or nature, the forest, or just in that, still people, but within the other side of the space was more like forest.
I felt that this is a really important project because our relationship to our earth body, our relationship to a landscape, has become diminished through our post-industrial revolutions, and now even more so as our technological age advances itself. And so the idea of space becomes more of something that is an interface between a computer screen or cell phone. So to be able to work in person and to transform this entire space in the Port Authority building, which is a place of transit, and where everything inside is moving slowly while everything else on the outside is moving quickly, was a very insightful process to me. And to observe as a performer, as I was dancing and creating sound, which was very powerful, a very powerful experience for me, to watch people just stop for a moment in New York City in their hectic schedules going to and from trains.
She had a bunch of instruments there that were not things that are noted instruments, but made sound. And the goal was to make sounds that referred to nature, but were not like songs or not words, but just sounds that would go. You had brought in recordings of nature sounds, and so it was kind of going on as well oftentimes, so it kind of related to the whole mood of what was happening somehow, like we just with vocalizations or two rocks coming together or branches shaking and whatever seemed to go at the moment with the video and the sounds and what the other performers were doing. So it was very, it was constantly evolving and different each moment, really. I had my drawing things there, and for some of the time I would get out of the space and draw from a little bit, more, sometimes actually, most of the time I drew from the corner. There was a place that was like a platform in one corner that was near where people are going by, so people could see what I was drawing. So it was something that people could look at when it was happening as well. You have to draw very quickly, but I try to represent truthfully the space, the feeling of the space, and to get the sense of the space.
Based on the concepts of human body to nature body transformation mythology, the performers used nature embodiment imagery to become elements, creatures, and nature beings. This is not to say that we literally mimicked particular species of the natural world, but rather we adopted the essence of various aspects of them, abstracting imagery into form, gesture, and attitude,